If you caught our last video, we finished up the air intake on our Suburban and got it running right. Now we want to fix how rough the ride is. So today's solution is the road active suspension. We're going to use that in conjunction with the Timbren bump stops we already have, but we're going to remove one of the spacers so we have a bit more of an air gap between the bump stop and the leaf spring, and hopefully this gets enough ride height to maintain the stance we currently have while improving towing and maintaining ride quality. Well, here's the RAS, and it's a pretty cool system. You have this bracket down here, which goes around the rear axle and the leaf spring U-bolts and all that. And up top, you have this portion that goes around the eyelet of the leaf spring itself. Then once you bolt everything down, get it tensioned, you'll have this coil spring under tension, which then helps you with towing, wheel hop, trailer stability, and really all the issues you have with these heavy-duty trucks once you make them do heavy-duty things. Well, that's enough of me rambling. Let's show you how it rides right now before we modify the Timbrens. So the truck overall rides and handles pretty good. It's just the rear suspension is super stiff. So if you're sitting in that back seat, it's not a good time. And even if you're sitting in the front seats, it's still not the best time in the world. We're just gonna take you on a quick little route around town where we know there's some not very nice bumps. And I think that'll give you a good idea of why we're doing what we're doing today. At the end of the day, when you have your bump stops just right on the axle, your suspension's not doing what it's supposed to do. All that force is getting delivered through you instead of getting absorbed by the springs and shocks and everything else. So right now we're on the nice parts of the road. You can see it's still not the smoothest ride in the world, but when we spin around and hit some of the bigger bumps, you'll get it. So we still want to keep the Timbrens. We still like them. They just need to do a little bit less of their job and leave a little bit of air gap for a better riding suspension. There's gonna be two bumps up here. One's not as bad, right here, and the worst one's coming up like that. So I'm sure you can see Nick's doing his best to keep the camera stable with his gimbal and everything, but it's still just, it's not doing its job. So before we start pulling everything apart, we're just going to measure both sides of the trunk so we can see how tall it's sitting right now and try to replicate that later, because we're not trying to change the stance, we're just trying to improve the ride. And if we look at it right here, we're just about 30 1/4. So we wrote that down and we'll keep it for later. And this side's closer to 30 1/2. We'll try to level that out too while we're doing it. So here's the Timbren bump stop we have on the truck, and this is the spacer I mentioned before. We're going to keep the actual bump stop portion that's on the bottom and reinstall that. We just want to remove this spacer up top so we can get a little bit more air gap and give the suspension a little bit more travel. So first things first is we have to pop off the brake lines and fuel lines and all those brackets within the frame rail, get this off, reinstall it, and then we'll try putting the RAS on. I could turn it. Yeah, there you go. So here's the spacer that I was talking about before. The Timbren bump stop was sitting right here with this steel plate, but we had a spacer sitting right in here. So now we took out, I don't know, an inch or two spacer, and that'll just give us more clearance between the rear axle and the bump stop, and hopefully allow the suspension to do its job. I don't think we'll need them with the new setup, but I'm just gonna hang on to them because if we ever need them for towing, we could always reinstall them. But now, let's get the RAS installed. Unfortunately, we don't have a ton of space in this shop, so it's a little tricky to show you exactly what's going on. We have the RAS leaf perch already installed and sitting on the leaf spring, and then we have this bottom bracket still dangling down here. But I wanted to show you how we have this bracket already kind of installed, because we found on the other side when we did a little movie magic and installed it there, so we actually know what we're talking about on this side, that you gotta partially install this bracket, squeeze it through the drum brake, leaf spring, U-bolts and everything, and just really get it in there, because with this flip kit, everything's pretty tight. But if you install everything just the perfect way, it fits great. Let us get to it on this side, and then we'll show you how it's wrapped up and ready to test ride.
1 hour later. 2 hours later, 3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
All right, and now we have the RAS installed. Everything's tightened and torqued to spec, the spring is under tension, and it's time to take it on a test drive. I'm really hoping this solves our problem because I'm gonna be honest, it was a little more difficult to install than I'd hoped. But that is not RAS's fault at all. As you guys know, this is a pretty weird setup, a flip kit on an 8-lug truck, not common. I'd imagine if you had a stock truck in stock leaf position and everything, this would have been a way better time. But we made it happen. Let's see how it rides. Well, we just got the truck on the ground, so let's see what it measures out to. This one is just under 30 and a half. Let's go over to this side. And we are right at 30 and a half, so I'm calling that good enough. But let's take it for a ride now, see how it does, and we'll remeasure to see if it settles. Well, Nick and I have been cruising this thing around, and it rides totally different. We're about to hit those big bumps we had before, so that'll be the real test. But this thing rides like a stock truck once again. It's definitely tight and still a little stiff, but like in a good way. So that was the first bump, and now we're hitting the bigger one right now, which is still a good bump, but it's not sending you to the moon like it did before. So I'm calling this one a win. I'm pretty happy with the RAS. We'll do one final measurement to see where our ride height sits now that we got a little bit of street miles on it. And we'll check the Timbrens once again just to see how much of a gap we have before we bottom out on those bump stops. But just initial impressions on the street, I'd call it a win. It's a little bit lower, almost like a 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, that's like 30 and a quarter. So we definitely lost like 1/4 of an inch. Let me check this one more time. Yeah, we're just at like 30 and a quarter again. That side is slightly lower than this side, but who's gonna complain about more low? I think being within 1/4 of an inch of what we were before, I'm happy with that. I don't think it'll be a problem. And we could step back. The truck still looks great. So that'll be good. And in the future, I'm sure we could always adjust it. We were kind of maxed out on the settings with how we had it set up, but there would be ways to change that. But for today, that's good enough.